horror fans, once again, it's the Horror Miser Monty G. Welcome to 2018. It's a brand new year for reviewing movies. So let's get this party started. We're going to review the movie Dead Body. Now, Dead Body is a 2017 slasher horror film. It was directed by Bob and Ramsey. It was written by Ian Bell, Raymond Eso, and it stars Spencer Camp, Cooper Hopkins, and Rachel Byrne. Yeah, we don't know any of those people. Well, anyway, it's a typical slasher camping. Let's go camping in the woods horror picture. This time we have 9 high school students that want to celebrate their graduation in a secluded home in the wilderness. They feel nice, they get drunk, they do all things teenagers do, and then they all of a sudden decide to want to play this new game, not Truth or Dare, not I think what's the other called? Have you ever? No, they do this new game called Dead Body, and of course, and unfortunately, as things happen in these type of pictures, shit hits the fans, and dead bodies start piling up because we actually have a killer amongst us. Yes. Yes, that's basically what the premise of Dead Body is about. Now, as I said on this channel, and I say on Facebook and other social media links, links on my social media pages, I'm always looking for some new horror films that I haven't seen before. And my good friend Lee McCoy from Drum Duns saw this, I think last week, sometime this week, and he did a review on it. Said he enjoyed it, so I told him, I said, hey, look, I'll watch do a review about it too. So basically, this is my review of Dead Body. Now, as I stated before, like I said, we have these 9 kids. Now, basically, it actually starts with 3, and then unfortunately, one of the main characters, I think her name is Elsa, she invites all of her other high school friends along to this guy. I think his name is Dominic. I think he's the other main character. We have Elsa and Dominic. They're the 2 main characters of the show. No, Dominic just wanted to bring these Japanese exchange students and her to this camp, but then she invites 6 other people, unbeknownst to him. And they all have fun. They get drunk. They play dumb games. They argue. They fight, as typical teenagers do. And then one of the kids decide, hey, let's play this new game called Dead Body. It starts off pretty good, and then all of a sudden, we see one kid get killed, 2 gets killed, and eventually they find out that there's a killer amongst them, and they figure out that one of the killers could be them. Wow, that's pretty shocking. That's basically what the premise is about. There's nothing new or inventive about this movie. It's your typical cabin in the woods slasher, typical Friday the 13th premise. Nothing really adding to the horror genre in this picture. Now, being that this is a low-budget horror picture, I actually was impressed by how the film was made. There's some nice cinematography in here. Obviously, they actually spent some money on how this film is made, even though the night scenes are kind of dull-looking and they could have used some better lighting in certain areas. But I was still impressed with how they filmed it. I was also kind of impressed with the acting in this film because, like I said, most of these kids, I can call them kids, are newbies. I really haven't seen them anywhere. Don't recognize any of them anywhere. When I looked up their IMDb pages, they actually have 1 or no credits on their IMDb pages. And I give them credit. They actually do I guess you can do a fair good about job in their scenes. Some of them have a tendency to overreact. And I thought, like I said, nicely filmed, nicely paced. And another thing that I actually did like is about this picture is that you actually have to guess who the killer is. And I was impressed about that. So I really give them credit for about that, for how the film is made. The acting is pretty good, and you have to really guess that you have the killer get, which is pretty good. Unlike some of the higher budgeted films where you can actually guess the killer within maybe a few minutes or so like that, this one you really have to think and understand, have to think and listen before the killer is revealed. Now, even though we do get some nice on-screen kills, obviously the money was not spent was the practical effects. The blood looked very fake. It kind of looked like some type of watercoloring. Didn't look like real blood to me. Some of the kills happen in very dark areas where we really don't see anything about it. So that's kind of one of the big disappointments I have with this film is even though, yeah, we get on-screen kills, but they're in dark areas. You don't see that many blood, and when you do see blood, it doesn't look like real blood. In one scene, I believe this one of the victims gets stabbed in the face, or I forgot what type of weapon he used, and you really don't see any marks on his face. All you see is some type of blood coming down on his face, but you don't see any real practical effects makeup that actually shows the injuries. So obviously, while they might have spent money on making this film look good, they didn't spend it on practical effects. So that kind of disappoint me that for how well they filmed it and how well it's acted, that if the on-screen kills and the practical effects, which is really what you're looking to get out of this picture or any type of a slasher picture, you at least want the on-screen kills to look decent. Unfortunately, here they really don't, and that's really a sad disappointment because the film had potential, and I really give them guys credit, but they really didn't do a great job on their on-screen kills or their practical effects. So, what will the horror miser do if he begins to open his vault up, and how many of his gold coins is he going to give this movie? Well, the horror miser Monty G has decided he's going to give this film 2.5 of my gold coins. 2.5 out of my 5 gold coins. Yes, the first movie where I use my new ranking system, Dead Body will get 2.5 out of my 5 coins. Like I said, pretty good. But, well, I mean, what you going to expect? It's an independent film movie. I give them credit for what they tried to do. If they would have did a little better with the practical effects, I'd probably give it a little higher ranking. But hey, I can only do what I can do. So, my horror fans, I don't know if anyone have you seen this because this movie had just came out. I actually saw it online. I don't know if it's playing anywhere else where you can actually will see it if you want to see it. By means, go ahead and see it because I'll leave a link in the description below us where I actually saw a dead body at. But I don't know where else it's playing at. I don't know if it's playing on Amazon Prime or Netflix. But if you can find it, check it out. And if you like it, let me know if you did like it. I give it a high hope. It's okay. A horror film to watch. You'll get enjoyed. You'll enjoy it. It's not bad. There are worse. There are worse independent horror films that are made than Dead Body. So I'll give Robbie Ramsey and his team a lot of credit for what they attempted to do with this movie. Okay, horror fans, that's my video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And as usual, if you do, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're, excuse me, and if you're new here, like I always say, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you can become part of the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. I will try to have my review of Insidious Chapter 4 up probably more likely on Monday due to the bad weather that we had up here in the Northeast area in Philadelphia. I probably will not be able to go see that movie until Monday, so probably Monday night I'll have my review up for that. But other than that, you know what I always say. Till we see each other again, always remember, horror rules.